Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca. I'm 29 and I live in Newcastle, and you are reporting for Beauty Duty. So today we're trying out the new Bperfect foundation and concealer, and I have a pretty close to a full face of Bperfect. I think the only thing that I don't have is setting powder, and I don't even think that they do that. So I'm going to start with the Bperfect Perfection Primer. I've actually had this for quite a while and it's quite a favourite in my sort of collection already. If I can pump more of it out, just take a little bit out on my hand. I don't tend to use this all over my face. I just like to use it where I'm super pory, because this is really nice and blurring. It's sort of like solidify a bit. I haven't used it in a while. I think my it's a little bit stopped up in the nozzle. Yeah, so I'm just gonna pop it on where I get a little bit more pory, sort of T-zoney area. So this is quite a strong sweet smell. I do have a video where I am reviewing this in sort of with my what used to be my sort of everyday base, and I used to do a different job, so just gonna, you know what, it's just going everywhere now. I took enough off on my hand that I'd got essentially a full face of it on. And it really is smoothing, feels really nice. It's like a silicone primer, but really, really smooth. Okay, so I bought two colours in the foundation because I wasn't sure what was exactly going to suit me. So I bought N5 and N4. It's not unusual for me to have to mix foundations. So it comes like this, and then you lift it out, and then there's the bottle. So this is my N5. I'm hoping at least one of these works for me, but we'll see. Oh, come on. Oh. If I have to mix them, I have to mix them. It's not the end of the world. And one of my favourite foundation brushes is from Bperfect as well. So I'm going to do my makeup a little bit more traditionally than I normally do. I normally do my concealer first. I'm going to do foundation first today, just for the you know, just for the purposes of the video. I've got a swatch of something on my hand that I can't. There you go, got that off. So let's get up. It's really nice, sort of plastic lid. Is it plastic? Yeah, plastic lid with a glass. Helpfully cut me off filming there. So as I was saying, plastic lid, glass bottle, and I've already pumped out N5 onto my hand, which I find is a touch, looks a touch dark, definitely too dark. Then I thought N4 then might be too light, so who knows. Come on, come on. Just trying to pump this out. I suspect that these might be very similar in colour. It's really one, like a tiny bit of it's came out of the second colour. Okay, this is officially a little annoying. Come on. Right, I'm actually just gonna, it's not ideal, it's not hygienic. So I would say, looking at it, that N4 is probably the right colour. Yeah, N4 is definitely the right shade. N5 is a little dark. Yeah, they're not. Even that, that's definitely like a tan shade for me. That's the right shade. I'm gonna take that off my face. I'm going in with shade N4 on the face, and this is an Empress base and body brush. It is a Bperfect brush, and I use this actually nearly every day. So I haven't done my normal thing of concealing before, like concealing my spots before either. So yeah, I can immediately tell you that this is great coverage. That's immediately cracking coverage. I will put prices up of how much I paid for everything. And I remember thinking, this is not cheap. I will always avoid as much of my under eye as I possibly can. With foundation, I have quite dry under eyes, so I don't love to get a foundation under them. Yeah, the coverage on this is like really, really, really good. This brush isn't the most precise brush in the world, but I find it doesn't soak up a lot of product at all, and you can get really good, really excellent coverage from it. N4 that I've ended up using is a really good colour for me. If I'd gone with what the shade matcher had told me, I would have got an N5. I've just got another pump here just to get a little bit more solid coverage on the cheek. This is the first impression. If you would like a wear test, do let me know. The reason why I've not done a wear test now is because essentially I only really wear makeup to work, and for obvious reasons I wouldn't be wear testing this for work. I wear Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless foundation to work. So that's definitely it for the foundation. And I have to say, on first impression, the coverage is really nice. I don't think it's, I've got pores are normal. I don't think it's accentuated much texture, to be honest, but it's definitely a full coverage matte foundation. Like, that's, did I even read what it claims on the box or anything? Let me read what it says on the box. Matte foundation, purity of colour, a weightless full coverage matte finish foundation, skin optimizing ingredients combined together with concentrated pigment, blah blah blah, hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. So maybe if you've got dry skin because it's got hyaluronic acid, you'll be able to get away with it, but who knows. Before I conceal my under eye, I'm going to go in with some cream bronzer. I like to try and leave concealer as late as possible. Nearly dropped that, just for creasing purposes and things like that. So I have a bit of a nightmare with this where it's actually falling out. So this is a Bperfect bronzer. It's just in the Jack Josser collaboration packaging, and this is in the shade Mocha. So I've used this before and I already know that I like it. I think it's a touch cooler toned than I like for a cream bronze, but I use it quite a lot. And I like to use, oh my god, see? It's annoying. You like to use a lot of it. It's been doing this since I first got it. I don't know if I've like wound it up too much or something like that, but it lives in a very cold room in my flat. It's not like I've got it super warm or anything. I'm going to do it under my lip and a little bit here. Cool. That should do with that. I'm using as much Bperfect products as I have for, you know, good reason. I'm just going to blend this out with a slightly smaller brush. This is a Beauty Bay brush. I'm sure it's a Beauty Bay. Yeah, BB103. I don't actually like this for foundation at all. I think it's vile for foundation, but I like it decent enough for cream bronzer. Yeah, I really don't like it for foundation. Okay, I really hope I fixed my filming problem there. So I'm going to use some of the concealer, and I've got this in shade N2. This might be quite pale, but if you know me and have been watching me for a while, I do like my under eye quite pale. Yeah, I've had to go through and delete stuff on my phone, so I have enough memory to film. It's annoying. Feels really creamy actually to put on. And I do like quite a bit of concealer. Blah blah, fuck the rules. Rules that people, so-called experts, give about things. Oh, if you cannot be asked. With it, I could like go on and on forever about how much the rules, supposed rules, irritate me. Yeah, and I feel like I go on and on about it in every video. So far, easy to blend on the face, but that's the face. It's all about how easy it is to blend under eye and what it looks like under eye. I actually think this foundation looks 10 out of 10. Like, not that it is 10 out of 10 because I don't know that yet, but it looks really nice. And I know it's unusual for me to have my eyes done, not done, but I'm just going to do something quick. But not filmed. Okay, that blended out pretty nice. It's definitely good coverage. It's quite thin in consistency, which I appreciate. Like, it's not thick. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I have to admit, I did go into this thinking I'm not going to like this. Concealer, I'm very picky with my concealer. Where's the box for it? I think I've already put the box somewhere. There we go. A matte liquid concealer that creates a flawless complexion with a velvet finish. Yeah, I would say that the finish is like more of a comfort matte than a flat matte. I generally really hate concealers that are too matte under eye. Yeah. And this isn't me just being nice for the sake of nice because I love Bperfect. I would have no problem rinsing them for filth if this was awful. And I, didn't buy this with massively high expectations. I won't lie to you. Shade range and it's not bad either, I'll say that. Like, the shade, to me, as far as I could remember, the shade range looked pretty good. All right, let's see how well this sets under eye. I'm going to use quite a popular setting powder that I know a lot of people will own for my under eye. I'm going to use a Laura Mercier translucent and sort of see how we get on. I find that this isn't my favourite anymore. This used to be my absolute ride or die, but I'm finding like there's better out there. There is definitely better out there. I was trying to find the brush that I like to set my under eye with, but I can't find it. I think it's probably in my handbag because I do like to freshen up my makeup on my break. So I'm just going to use a sponge, which I do this as well quite frequently. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sponge, I'm going to push it on and roll it on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to set my under eye. So as you will see, it's not leaving any debris. I'm literally just pushing it into the skin. It's a little dry looking, but I don't know if that's a setting powder or not. Like, I wouldn't say this is like flawlessly crease proof, but what is, I've been having a real issue with all concealers not sitting very well on me recently, so including some of my favorites. Just going to keep pushing this into, like, I'm not adding anything more. Keep pushing this into, and then adding a little bit more and doing the same thing where I'm quite pory and maybe want to blur things out. I will always use the products that I use quite often and that I already know that I like when I'm doing foundation, like first impressions and reviews. Doing this thing, actually didn't push that on the back of my hand there, but hey ho. Okay, so that's my under eye and the center of my face really done. Just gonna do where I can sink into fine lines. A lot of foundation does that around my mouth. And then I'm going to take my airbrush Flawless Finish, which is Charlotte Tilbury setting powder, blah, blah. I work for them, yes, I know. But I generally love this, and I generally use it every day. I use it in shade 2 on my face, but actually it works everywhere for me. The foundation feels not fully set, but pretty set. And if you were dry, I would say you wouldn't need to set your base for this at all. Again, I don't know really what happened. It stopped filming there. And then I do have like bronzers and stuff from them. So I'm just going to use my Shapeshifter palette and do a little bit of bronzing. So for bronzing, I go between sort of the Elio and Sunburn. Just going to bronze my face. This colour match is pretty excellent. I don't know what I was thinking with the N5. I knew I wouldn't be that dark. I'm so pale right now. For me. Pale for me right now. I'm also avoiding my eyes because I did have my brows waxed today and I probably shouldn't really be putting makeup on, but this is the first chance I'm really getting to put makeup on like in a while, and I want to try and get a review up. See, I've got some stuff there and I didn't really want to. First chance I'll get to film, well, not a review, a first impression of this. So yeah, nice and bronzed. Just gonna do a little bit of contour. I don't really use that palette for contour, so I'll just quickly do a bit of my Nudegasm. Okay, I'm contoured. Right, let me just do a touch of blush. Which blush am I going to use? I'm going to use a really nice bright blush in Magma. Nice orangey blush, which again is another Bperfect product. Yes, I really love Bperfect, okay? Okay. Just gonna... If you know me, I love to take my blush up super high. I'm trying to get this, I've got a Bperfect lipstick I want to use, but I'm having such an issue getting the camera to stay on that it might be not feasible. I'm not gonna lie, looking in my mirror here, and if I was going on a night out, this base is like chef's kiss. So I'm going to spray it with some L'Oreal Shake and Glow before I do any highlighter. Okay, so it stopped filming again, so I've just done my little spray, and I've got a Bperfect highlighter. It's one of these in the shade Ice Queen. I love these. It's one of the nicest like highlighters and blush formulas that I own. But what I will say is the packaging on these is absolutely ludicrous and drives me nuts. Right, I'm going to go off, pop a little bit of something on the eye, and then we'll come back and have a chat. These are extensions, by the way, clip-in extensions. I haven't put them in great, and the colour's not excellent, but I was bored. So I'm going to go away, finesse my eyes a bit, and then I'll come back and we'll have a little chat, and I'll show you one of the lipsticks that I bought. So I shall see you shortly. Okay, I've just popped a little bit of the Antidote palettes to still be perfect on my eyes. And I've got the lip, I'm going to do, and I'm off camera, lip liner and lipstick quickly. It's from the new Bperfect line. So I've got the lip liner, the Pout line it's called, in the shade, is the shade Pout line? Peck is the shade name. And then a lipstick in the shade Stare. And I think I bought the satin formula. Can't remember. I did quickly swatch these on my hand because I couldn't remember what colours I'd bought, and I wanted to make sure that eye look at least made sense with it. I've got super pale lips as well, just to point that out. So now what I will say was when I was choosing the colours, that it was quite hard to see what would go together. So I did really struggle with that, to be honest. I found it quite frustrating. Just filled in the entirety of my lips with the lip liner. Yeah, it's a lip liner, you know what I mean. I like the colour. Definitely more of a win than the Bperfect one I tried the other day. not Bperfect, P. Louise ones. And then I'm going to pop a bit of the lipstick. See, I really like the imprint, decent enough packaging. So it will make the lipstick appear darker than it is because I've used it over a lip liner, but that's often how I like to do my lips, and I think it helps with longevity as well. This is definitely a satin formula, not a matte. But I really like the feel. It's a nice colour combo. Like not too much of a light nude, and it's not too dark. If I'm doing a dark lip, I either like a very dark brown or just a bold lip. That's just my preferences. Anyway, let's chat about what we've used, and I'll go through things with you guys. So if you're looking for a full coverage matte foundation, I certainly think it does the job. I'm glad I have two colours because obviously we're going into summer in a few months, but I might do a bit of fake tanning and things. I am planning to do that coming up for a couple of events and things that are happening, so I'm glad I've bought the two colours. N4 was perfect for me. To put it in perspective, I'm a light medium neutral. Yeah, completely neutral, straight up the middle. I wear like an F9 or 10 in Revolution. I wear a 5.5 neutral in Charlotte Tilbury. I wear a latte in Huda, like if that helps you. And latte is probably a bit dark for me right now. And I wear Desert Beige in Estee Lauder Double Wear if it helps you in my colours a bit. And NC27 in MAC. But I really like it. I think my skin looks really good, super flawless. It's a full coverage foundation, you know what I mean? And I'm not wear testing it, so there's not much else I can say. I really enjoy the concealer. Again, it's all about the wear, but immediately it hasn't sunk in. It's nice and brightening, definitely fuller coverage, and it's set really nicely. The other bits that I've used are tried and tested and true, and I already like them. Otherwise I wouldn't have used them in the video. They would have been long gone in a box somewhere else in my room. All in all, a really, really good first impression. I know that the fashion for matte full coverage foundations is kind of out the door these days, but I still like it for the for a day-to-day look. If I want to be wearing like a full face on the day-to-day, I do want it to be matte. I do want it to be full coverage. I do wear a mask on and off, like going on public transport and things like that, you know what I mean? So that's what I want when I go on a night out. Again, I do want matte and full coverage. So yeah, I do think it's a little expensive. I can't remember exactly how much I paid. I don't know if I've got like my packing slip here or anything. Okay, with a little book. Did it tell me how much it is in here? Oh yeah, the foundation is $19.95, similar to a Morphe foundation price. I think it's a little cheeky. I do think it's a little expensive, but if I like it and it wears well, if you would like a full wear test, do let me know and I can do that on my next day off. I just wanted to get a first impression up as quickly as possible. The lipstick's a lipstick, the liner's the liner. It's nice, it's a nice comfortable formula. I really enjoy the colours. Again, it was hard for me to choose what colours to get on the website. That's my feedback. Anyway, enough of that. Thank you very much. I've talked so much about that. Thank you very much for watching my video. Let me know your thoughts down below if you picked up the foundation and concealer yourself. And if you're not, let me know. You know, what you think, you know. Anyway, don't forget to go follow me over on Instagram. I'll leave my name up as usual. Big love to Rebecca's Reporters. Love you guys to pieces. My Patreon is paused at the moment, so I won't leave a link to it down below. Anyway, don't forget to give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed watching me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.